All right, everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for level number 28 from the Bandit Labs over at overthewire.org. So what is going on in this level? So the level goal here says that there is a Git repository over at this SSH over here, and the password for the user Bandit28Git is the same as the user Bandit28. Clone the repository and find the password for the next level. So this is another level where we need to use the Git software in order to find the password for the next level. Let's talk a little bit more about this. So this is Bandit level number 28, and in this level we're going to be taking a look at the Git log files. So the level in Bandit covers Git software features. Git is a distributed version control system that tracks versions of files. It is used by programmers to help develop software collaboratively. So an important thing to know about Git is that Git often features in CTF challenges, and CTF there are a lot of CTF events that have challenges that have something to do with Git, and let's talk a little bit more about this. So we're talking about Git log files this time, and Git keeps track of each instance of changes to files in the repos. They're called commits, and within its log, and it can access it with the git log command. So we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We need to go ahead and go back here, and we need to use a git clone command. We can't do this yet because we need to go to a publicly readable directory. So we're going to make a publicly readable directory. Let's see, bandit28 git, and let's move into that directory. Okay, so we're here. We can give the command now that we're in a writable directory in the temp directory. Paste in the command, and this is going to clone the repository that's located at the SSH server here. We need to supply our password for Bandit28. Okay, so we cloned the repository into this directory right here called repo. So we're going to enter that directory, and we see here there's a readme.md file. So we got the password in the previous level from the readme.md file. So if we take a look at readme.md with the cat command, it says username bandit29 and password is, well, the password is probably not this. So what do we need to do in this level? We need to use the git log features. And let's talk about the git log features one more time. So Git keeps track of each instance of changes to files in the repo. These are called commits. So the changes to the files are called commits, and it keeps these within its log, and we can access it with the git log command. So it's a little bit like history. Yeah, it's a little bit like history, Game Boy. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and do git log. So git log, this is a log of all of the commits. So inside of these, let's talk a little bit more about this. So by default, the git log command shows the commit hash, the user who made the commit, the date the commit was made, and a commit description or comment. So it's got the commit hash. This is a unique number for each one of these commits. There's the author that made the commit, which is this person right here. There's the date when the commit was done, which is this right here. And there's a comment or a description for this particular commit. So another thing about the git log command is that we can run the git log command with the -p flag, and this is going to see what data changed within the commit. It's basically, it tells you the difference between the file previously and afterwards. And this is how we get the password for the next level. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so here we do the git log command. The git log command says they fixed an info leak here, they added some missing data in this commit, and the initial commit of readme.md is here. So if we wanted to see what was changed with each one of these commits, we would run git log-p. And git log-p is going to give us more information about what was changed. Oh, sorry. Let me resize this. Okay, so we see inside of this commit right over here, this is the fixed info leak commit. And we see that, so username was unchanged, but this information here was erased. So the information here that was erased was the password, and they put in its place password XXXX. So this is the password for user Bandit number 29. And we accessed it by using the git log feature. So this is the password. Okay, so before we finish up this up, let's talk about how we solved this level. So this was Bandit level number 28. The username is Bandit28. The password is this. The objective was to clone a Git repository and then find the password for the next level. So we cloned the repository like we did in the previous level using this command here. From here, we take a look at the readme.md file, and it looks like the password was redacted. To take a look at the history for the readme.md file, we use this command over here to take a look at the logs. And to take a look at the logs with the previous information, we can use the -p, and that's how we found the password for the next level. Okay, so everybody, that was a guided walkthrough for level number 28 of the Bandit CTF Labs over at overthewire.org. If you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button, and if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.